me an MMA enthusiast, Dhruv, who's also the brother of Varun Sanyal, and I'm sure that he has got a lot of influence as far as MMA is concerned.
Yes.
But tell us your inspiration for MMA.
So I grew up, watching the same things as my brother, and I kind of stopped playing sports as life kind of got in the way, and over time I was kind of lost, and when I entered the MMA gym, I found community. I got my fitness back, and it gave me a kind of purpose to see myself improve every day, and that kind of bled into everything else in life. Because suppose you're doing wrestling, then that's not really working out for you. You're a layperson, you're not competing. You can just switch over to something else that interests you, and there's so many different things. It's a whole world to explore. So it's not like a lot of people they get bored of a sport after a certain time, or everywhere you go, you can travel to a different country, and everywhere has its own martial arts. So yeah, I think mixed martial arts is something that really needs to be pushed in India, especially for the aspect of brotherhood, and because camaraderie. Because the second you enter a gym, you're trusting your partner. So even if you don't speak the same language, you find a community. Actually, a lot of people in my school, the only friends they had were through MMA because they come from a different country, and the first thing they do is go to a gym. So I think, the strategy, the team building that comes from MMA is irreplaceable in many ways.
It also helps you with your overall fitness.
Yes. In MMA, you're basically pushing your body to its limits. So through that, you're building all the small muscles. Because unlike, when you're lifting weights, you're concentrating on different things. But in MMA, you have to use every ounce of your strength in every different way, flexibility, everything, agility. So yeah, it's an amazing thing to do.
How do you really, work yourself out for MMA? What's your fitness routine like?
So me personally, this varies widely, but for me personally, I do one MMA session a day. So usually it depends on what the program has, and then after that with my teammates, because they're already there in the gym, we all go for a workout afterwards. So through that, we're lifting weights and we're chatting about a session. We're joking about, I got you on this takedown. So we're just enjoying our time together while also getting the weightlifting experience after practice.
You just mentioned that how one actually uses every part of your strength.
Yes.
So what does it really mean? And if I can go into the details of your training routine, does it involve much of cardio or weight training, or how much of what?
Yeah, so when I'm doing MMA, it's usually not. I'm doing all kinds of movements. I'm lifting people sometimes. Sometimes I'm getting thrown on my back, so I have to support myself. So you kind of use every ounce of strength. While when you're lifting weights, it's more structured movements, and your body kind of gets built to support the structured movements. But in MMA, it kind of has to be flexible to adapt, to change. Because sometimes someone will put you in a position where you have to squeeze your arm out of it, or so you have to really work on every aspect, including your mind. Actually, especially your mind, because if you lose your cool in an MMA gym, that's when you make the most mistakes.
Do yoga for that?
So a lot of people do yoga. In our gym, because I was in the United States, we're not doing yoga, but we were doing a lot of stretching, especially because the ground game requires a lot of flexibility.
So how's your diet like?
So my diet is quite all over the place, to be honest, but I do try to keep as much protein in there as possible. That means eating chicken as much as I can, and trying to cut down the liquid calories. But yeah, if you're a daily practitioner and you're not going too far into it, as long as you're keeping yourself in check, I think that's the most important for the most part, holding yourself accountable. So
Finally, how has it really impacted your personality? Has it changed something? What does it really add to your life?
So I think MMA really did change my life, and I will say that MMA is through fighting you kind of show your personality. So suppose you're a very impulsive person, you get to know that because you get to see your impulsive side through MMA, because your actions, your responses will be impulsive. Same way, if you're a little anxious, you'll react to small things. So you'll be able to see your own personality flaws. Yeah, and it's a direct thing. You learn your accountability is there instantly. Unlike other things where you can kind of get away with things. Suppose you make a mistake, you feel your mistake. Let's say that.
Thank you so much, Dhruv, for joining us, and it was really good to catch up with you and get more insights as an MMA enthusiast, a fitness enthusiast, and how does it really add to your life. And of course, we will continue to get you guys more conversations from the world of fitness, from the world of sports.